Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator news and updates, and we have everything from new hardware to new software to new planes to plane updates and more, so stick around. If you are interested in any of my tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator or simply interested in supporting the channel, consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides as well as any future guides that come down the road. Patreon link can be found in the description below. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get right into it. First off, if you happen to have missed it by this point, Moza has released multiple new products. I'm going to give a high-level review of each one real quick. So first off, you have the Moza Force Feedback Yoke and Yoke Base. The biggest things that I want to point out is the force feedback operation through the Moza Cockpit software is absolutely phenomenal and allows you to tweak and customize it downright to your very liking, whether it be the tension, the force, the feedback, the bouncing, the twitching, whatever it may be. It's all customizable, so they've done a great job there. The last piece that I really want to point out is the yoke itself has a magnetic faceplate that allows you to customize or later get custom or make custom faceplates for the yoke. It has full auto pilot control, multiple buttons and switches and everything, and yes, the force feedback does follow the yoke. It also has hardware trim and software trim. So the hardware trim being that if you tap the trim, it actually adjusts the physical device versus the software inside the plane, or you can have it follow the software inside of the aircraft and have it adjust the trim that way as well. And the last point on the yoke is the yoke itself is removable. It has a quick release system where you pinch a couple of switches back, you pull it off, and it comes off. The reason why I want to be sure to specify and highlight that point is because that's obviously a clear indicator that there are ideas for future or other styles of yokes that are more than likely going to be coming down the road. Although that is not confirmed, that is pure speculation at this time. So the next thing they have is the Moza MTP throttle, which is considered a haptic feedback, but to the more accurate would be a rumble feedback, much like what you see in an Xbox controller. At the moment, it only works under high AOA or high G situations, i.e. a stall would be an example of when you will feel that, and as the stall increases and gets max, you will feel a rumble, a vibration inside the throttle, and then as that smooths out, that will slowly dissipate. The other thing is, like, for example, if you're in DCS World in the F-18 Hornet or something like that, and you're pulling a lot of G's, a 6, 7, 8, 9G turn, as you're coming through that turn, you're going to feel that rumble very, very strong, and as the G's reduce, you're going to feel that start to come off until you can't feel anything at all. The end goal there is that as the software updates, you will feel that rumble regardless, and it will change based on the varying situations and impacts on the aircraft. The final piece that I want to announce here is the Moza AB9 shifter. The reason why I'm pointing out as a shifter is because if you recall, the Moza AB9 base, which is the base that is back here on the stick, where the stick is sticking up just to the left there. I don't know why my mouse isn't showing up on screen, so sorry. If you look at the yoke, the bottom left, the shifter sticking up, that is the Moza AB9 base. That is a force feedback flight control system. It started out as a flight control system. It is a force feedback flight stick is what it is. And they have repurposed it to a dual purpose operation where it also is used as a shifter, which is also currently being used right there. If you see, there's the AB9 base, and there's my big other way. There's the shifter going up it right there for my American Truck Simulator, and it works absolutely fantastic. It is a really neat experience and probably the most realistic shifting experience I've ever felt in any kind of simulation. It very much so very, very closely matches the real thing. And again, all those forces and feedbacks you can tweak, and it is going through further development, which means there will be further enhancements to that software as time goes on. So keep that in mind. So those are the three major updates. They also have the booster pedal, which is a force feedback pedal. I don't have it. I haven't used it, so I'm not going to speak too much on that, but that is another item that they have released through this. The last thing I want to mention about the AB9, though, however, is that you don't have to purchase anything else in order for that to work. You merely need to download the Moza Pit House software. That is the driving portion of their software, and it will allow you to, with a click of a button, it's a tab, flight simulation mode, driving mode, or shifter mode, and you just click it, the base will reset, reset itself. And with the shifting base, I do want to also emphasize that you have 5+1, the +1 on all this being reverse. 6+1, 2 different variants, changes the position of the verse, and 7+1, 2 different variants, changing the position of where the reverse is. And you can also turn it into a sequential shifter. And again, all of this stuff is, if you already own the AB9, it's there. It's waiting. It's ready for you. Simply download the software. But again, make sure you download the Pit House software. You have Moza Cockpit and you have Moza Pit House. The Pit House software is where you're going to have the shifter. Be sure when you go back to flight simulation that you use the Pit House software to put it back into flight sim mode before you launch the cockpit software. Okay? Anyways, absolutely fantastic products, you guys. I've been blown away by this stuff. So that is Moza and the information on them. Next up, the Sepicat Jaguar has been released for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is a twin-engine supersonic attack aircraft that was developed back in the 1960s. It is built by a company called Dassault. Now, the really cool thing about this particular simulation is that it is officially licensed by the producer themselves, giving it the thumbs up for being extremely accurate and high-performing. The highlighted features are obviously a highly 3D model based on a 3D scan of the aircraft. So that means they had access to the real thing to scan it. You have the distinct distinct models for both the A and the GR1 variants, an immersive sound pack created by Echo 19. You guys have heard me talk about Echo 19 multiple times on this channel. They are fantastic soundware developers. They do some of the best that there is. Has a fully animated cockpit, including all switches, buttons, breakers, mirrors, etc. Custom hydraulic system, full radio navigation, VOR, ILS, TACAN, which I don't know that TACAN is really popular in Microsoft Flight Simulator yet, simply because I know there's a lot of stations that don't exist yet. I could be wrong on that, though. I think in 2024 that might have changed. Operational heads-up displays, so you can actually switch between them. Bunch of different variants of the aircraft, different paint schemes available on the website, so you can do your own custom builds, all kinds of really hot stuff. It is an extremely well done aircraft that was modeled very, very well. And again, this is built by the Azure Poly company, and you guys can pick this up on their website. And I apologize, this is right now only on their website and will soon become available to 3D party websites. I want to make sure I hit that. I said it wrong the first time I tried recording this particular segment. So anyways, really, really awesome looking aircraft, you guys, if you guys are into the hyperspeed jets in Microsoft Flight Simulator. NE Builds has updated the A350 once again to version 1.0.5. So check your version informations and see if you guys are on the latest version. It comes with a ton of bug fixes, sound fixes, art adjustments, as well as some tweaking to the already existing systems to make them even better. A few highlighted forum announcements here were a focus on improving the GSX integration. The aircraft will now automatically connect to ground power upon loading in, as well as to the jet bridge if it is available. There are also refinements to the GSX payload and fuel system, where loading can now be consistently in real time accomplished across all aircraft platforms and systems. The update also introduces ETP, or Equal Time Point Calculation. I've actually never heard of this one before reading about it here, so I'm going to read it verbatim. Ensuring the highest level of safety for your virtual passengers and crew. Basically, this feature calculates an accurate midway point along your flight based on environment and aircraft variables. This then allows for more accurate decision making, specifically on transoceanic flights, which makes sense. So basically making sure that it determines on where you would need to return or continue on. So yeah, exactly, I'm about to read it. Whether to continue to the destination or return to the departure airport based on an emergency. So with an aircraft that has failures modeled, that's obviously a really good thing. Currently only for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, the update also introduces flight crew oral feedback, which enhances the procedural discipline and situational awareness, especially in high workload environments or during single pilot ops. So I haven't tried it yet at all in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I will say that I will be doing that later this week, because there's also a bunch of artwork and visual changes. For example, the rain effect that is in 2024 has now been updated to properly work with the A350 and NE Builds. I was very on the fence about this aircraft simply because it was another damn Airbus, and I'm just being silly, guys. The Airbus are a great aircraft. It's just being silly. We have a ton of them, which makes sense because of where Asobo is based, so don't get me wrong. I was on the fence, but it is a really fantastic aircraft. I had said that right before it launched, and I know it came with a bunch of bugs. I know that the launch was not what it was expected to be, but in the last two updates and then this one adding to it, it's really, I'm going to stand by one of my initial statements that I think it's going to become one of the best aircraft in the sim. And when I say the best, I mean highly modeled, highly accurate, highly detailed, kind of aircraft with one of the largest feature lists of the aircraft inside the simulator to date. Now that could obviously change as 2024 matures, but it is definitely probably one of the most feature-rich aircraft currently in the simulator, and very, very accurate. It's a really cool plane to fly. If you guys have not picked this one up, I do recommend that. You can pick it up for right around $60 US, give or take. All right, before I get rolling on this one, I'm going to tell you guys right now, set your expectations. This next product, this is a product announcement. It is very expensive, and I think that this one is very, very, very tuned to those who are wanting to build a full cockpit, a replica. Both pilot and first officer options exist. It is a full pedestal, or I guess pedestal for lack of a better word. Even comes with a trash bin. Not quite sure about how I feel about that one, but when you guys see it, you'll understand. It is expensive. We'll talk about the price at the very end of it. But tell me what you guys think and where you go with this one. So, what we're talking about today is a steering console for Microsoft Flight Simulator and any other flight simulator platforms. It sounds like it's compatible with quite a bit. True to life size, as you guys can catch here. It's got aluminum steering tiller, all metal gimbal, 12-bit resolution, 5-volt built-in lighting for it. Everything you're seeing is all the one unit. I think that's the trash bin on the side, maybe, because it's got a lid on it. Oh no, maybe that's it right there. I think that's it. Yes, that's it right there. So all this is exactly what you're seeing. Now it's also got templates for side sticks, and the templates built into it support Virpil, VKB, Airbus, and Thrustmaster, if I remember correctly, and Wingwing. Okay, so there you go. There's the templates they're showing. I thought that they showed. So very slick base. So this, you'd have to have quite a bit of room based on the size of this thing. But now let's go ahead and talk about the key points here. Let's back this up so you guys can look at it while you're seeing it. So here it comes. $299 US. But again, this has a place in simulation, because I know that initially when I first heard of this, they did an announcement a while back, and when I first heard of it, I heard the price and I about popped a brick, if you know what I mean. Because like $300 for a tiller, I'm like, Now I see where they're going with it. Now I see what they're doing with it. Now what this is for is it's literally something that's going to sit right next to you. So it's not just the tiller. It's also a placement for your flight stick as well. It's got the bins. It's to give that immersive experience. So if you were building something like what's behind me, where it's going to be static, where and especially if you do a lot of commercial flight, like there's a couple of you simmers out there, other YouTube channels that I know that would probably really like something like this. I would like to have it. I'm not sure if I have the room for it, but I would definitely, for the first time, I'm considering buying it. Let me put it that way. I'm on the fence. This is something that I would probably have to save up for, but I am on the fence for this one because I could see the benefit. having the pedestal there. First off, it's not just for the flight stick. The other thing that I could see doing, and I hope the developer sees this, because the one thing that I think that I would recommend is because of the placement of the stick platform, where that gray area there at the bottom where your flight stick would go, I think I would push that forward maybe a little bit and maybe leave that for a mouse pad. I know it'd be a left-handed mouse pad depending on how you built it. I mean, they did say that first officer positions are available as well, so you could do right-hand flight stick with this. But I think if they were to set it up to where maybe instead of the trash bin or move something around, I know it wouldn't be quite 100% one-to-one what they're looking for. It's just recommendation, or maybe a slide-out tray, something for the mouse. Even like a trackball mouse, I think would work really well with something like this, and it would keep it clean. So this is going to give you a nice, clean, aesthetically pleasing look, and it's items like this are great for cable management. They're great for hiding the imperfections of your cable management. So are sheets, by the way, in case you're wondering. But let me know what you guys think. As far as the hardware itself, it's a full metal gimbal, full metal gimbal operating system. So everything in it's metal. There's no plastic on this thing. So it is a true one-to-one build behind it. It's a replica. I love the amber lighting. The way they did it, I mean, it all looks gorgeous. It really does. And the $299 makes more sense now that I see everything that comes with it. I think the only next thing that I hope that they do is create something that's just standalone, right? What if you don't want the whole pedestal? Like, because for example, if I could buy just the tiller, give me a base, give me something maybe has a VESA mount on it. You could use a VESA mount with this pretty well. Create like an arm where, and this is how my brain works all the time. Get like a monitor mount, a single monitor mount, mount it, and then just put a VESA mount on it, and boom. You could have something where you could have a tiller right there that you could swing in and out, get out of your way. Sorry, I'm in design mode. Like I said, after seeing it in action now, I'm really on the fence about this one and really debating, making a purchase of this, because I see the appeal to it, definitely. I don't necessarily see all of the appeal to the full pedestal. So tell me what you guys think. What do you think they should do? I really hope they offer this as a standalone unit too. I hope that they decide to do that where you could buy something much, much smaller and simpler and still take advantage of this unit, because the unit itself is great. I suppose before I cut this one off, I should probably let you guys know who makes the damn thing. This is made by Universal Flight Kit, and is the ASC, or Airbus Steering Console. There. Now we'll move to the next one. Okay, so the next one comes from VA Systems. During FS Week in 2025 up in the Netherlands, VA Systems gave attendees an early look at its upcoming sim panel for its range of missions. Now, one of the things that they noticed that they released a ton of stuff, so they needed a system that would bring things down a bit more simplistically. So VA Systems, as they say right here, acknowledges that it released a large quantity of products on the marketplace, but said that due to demand, and the fact that they had to break airline schedules down into specific volumes, the panel is designed to simplify this by allowing users to fly real-world routes with aircraft of their choice rather than limited by the mission type. The Activities app will allow you to seasonal data, work with a default and third-party planes, and will be able to access previously purchased mission packs pending an update. A new checklist app will also be released next month that is fully interactive and will include airline-specific checklists, abnormal checklist flows, and audio cues. Now here's the tick. So as we go through these, you guys can see the highlighted, basically everything we just mentioned here. But Sim, mission app, activities app, a checklist app, a fully interactive experience, airline-specific checklist, abnormal procedures, preparation flow. Okay. Now, the tick to this is that if you purchase this on the marketplace, you have to buy it for $4.99, and here's why. That is a Microsoft requirement. Microsoft, if you've noticed, does not let any third-party developers post anything on the Microsoft Marketplace for free. You have to put a charge, and I've heard this before. I remember this back in 2020. I can't remember who it was for, but they put a minimum charge of $5. That's Microsoft requiring that. So if you purchase this through the Microsoft Marketplace, you get a $5 voucher to the VA Systems website where you can use it as credit, essentially. So they're doing their best to accommodate it. They wanted to give it for free. They literally are not allowed to on the marketplace. And again, that is not the first time I've heard that. I've heard that with a couple of other developers who develop simple apps or planes or things like that they wanted to do for free and can't. That is a restriction of the marketplace. So just keep that in mind. And that's why they are offering a voucher for anyone who wants to, take use of this app and has to buy it through the marketplace. All right, this last one is just a real quick high-level overview, as we will be live streaming this on the day of its release. So on the 25th of this month, March, Aerosoft is putting out version 2 of the CRJ, but there's a bunch of things that come with it. So this is going to be from both 2020 and 2024. So this trailer gives us a glimpse into what is to expect from the new update, and that will be free for all current customers. What is even better is that following the update, all 4 versions of the CRJ, that's the 5, 7, 9, and 1000 variants, will be included in a single package moving forward, meaning that if you already purchased, let's say only the 900 and the 1000 series, after the version 2 update, which again will be free to you, you will also get the 5 and 700 variants of the aircraft as well. And again, this will be for both 2020 and 2024. You can see there's huge graphics changes, multiple features, and enhancements enhancements to the aircraft. Again, I have access to this aircraft. I will be doing a live stream of the release on the release date, so I'm keeping this very high level and not going to spoil too much. Make sure you guys watch for that on the evening of the 25th. We're going to be aiming for right around 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be going live here on the channel on both YouTube and Twitch with the CRJ 900 variant. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that, because I'm pretty excited. They've done a really awesome job, you guys. They've done a great job. So I'll be looking forward to that. And Aerosoft, good job. Good job. And finally, one last quick update on this, you guys. Please take a moment, click the GoFundMe link down in the description below, read through this story here. I know the guy who's operating this, Justin Handerman. I know him personally. Please take a quick look at this GoFundMe. This is a very terrible experience for his family and the family that's going to be directly impacted. Basically, this mother right here, 35 years old, mother of two, wife, has been diagnosed with a very aggressive and very fast-moving form of cancer. Stage 4, prognosis is only a few months, and we're just trying to help out. All proceeds or all monies developed by any video, including this one or my past couple that have this link, any video that I do or live stream I do that has this link, I will be taking whatever monies that those contents make and donating it to the family. So if you guys can take a quick moment, just check it out. It would mean a lot to me. Other than that, as always, guys, stay safe and healthy. Keep your loved ones close. Let them know you love them. And I'll see you in the next one.